the Prime Minister is in a slightly stronger position than conventional wisdom might suggest. And the thing that's helped him most is the defection that we saw last week. Christian Wakeford, their Bury MP, going to the Labour benches. Politics is a tribal business, and the extent to which there was in-party bickering, quite a significant extent, was not completely, of course, but was to a significant degree brought back together in the face of a common enemy. And when people saw that defection happen, I thought that it was quite remarkable to see the way people rowing back behind the PM in a way they hadn't been before. And I saw two suggestions from Jonathan Gullis, one of the new intake MPs, that there might even have been a letter or two of no confidence withdrawn after that defection. So things don't, of course, only go one way. History shows us that it's quite a lot harder to get to the target number of letters that you need to the 1922 committee than people speculate about. And on your excellent point about timing, I note that Dominic Cummings is being interviewed by Sue Gray today. Cummings is, of course, never knowingly undertalked. He may take that session far longer than people are expecting. She may require him to appear before her a second time. Who knows? She's not got stated rules of procedure which tie her down to a stated timetable. She could well take this another week.
It's interesting, given that how much newspaper reports have been relying on those blogs of Dominic Cummings, that he's not been spoken to until this week, really quite late in the day. To me, that would potentially suggest that his account is not the sort of structure, is not the skeleton of this report.
That may be true. Of course, on the other hand, she's entitled to take into account his public writings, and he's set out at quite some length what he thinks already. So she might have a view that she's already got a good sense of the Cummings position. Unlike most participants, he's set out in a, paragraphs numbered one after another, exceptionally long set of thoughts on what happened in Downing Street when. So she may already think to herself that she's got an understanding of that. Of course, on the other hand, there may be some personal circumstances on Cummings' side, which means that it was better to appear before her later. But of course, we're talking about this as if it's, like a judge-led inquiry or tribunal. It doesn't have the same status or standing as that. And I think that the next stage of political argument we've got to prepare ourselves for, if Sue Gray basically acquits the PM, is people saying, well, this is a whitewash, it wasn't a proper procedure, because we didn't get the result from the inquiry that I wanted, we've now got to have another inquiry. And I think, the PM can almost never win this.
That's it. That's an extraordinary position because, of course, reading some commentators over the weekend, it seems as if the Prime Minister is not going to be Prime Minister by the end of this week. But you're saying that's less likely, and really we're going to get a bit of a procedural battle, potentially, upon the publication of this report.
That's right. I mean, I just can't see the way that you timing-wise, you can get the Gray report coming out and 54 letters of no confidence concerning Graham Brady this week. It's just, I think, very, very unlikely as a proposition on the pragmatic timings. I know people are getting very excited, but history teaches us. I mean, Theresa May had this happen, and it took a great deal longer in her case. There's a leader that didn't command the same kind of public attention and hadn't won a significant majority at a general election. And even in her case, it took ages to get the letters of no confidence to Sir Graham Brady. So history teaches us this process takes quite a lot longer. We don't even know when Sue Gray is going to hand her report down. We don't know yet, as per Dominic Raab's remarks, how much of it we're going to see. Expect a sideshow argument about that as well, Tom. So I think Boris Johnson is going to be sitting quite a lot prettier than people are expecting for some time to come.